and Joan Shingang, I'm going to pronounce it, Shanga. I'm not sure I'm going to introduce you all the way. Of Putin's kleptocracy, kleptocracy, and the guys who are the kleptocracies.
I can't believe we were dealing with that for 4 years. But time's up now, though, right? For Biden's aides who helped hide his condition. The House Oversight Committee gave Joe Biden's doctor and 4 key staffers until today to schedule transcribed interviews on their roles in the cover-up of the president's condition. Well, if they don't do this, then deadline day could turn into subpoena day. Here to discuss is Florida Congressman Byron Donalds, member of the House Oversight Committee, Florida gubernatorial candidate. Congressman, so what has the committee actually heard from the doctor and these top Biden aides? Are interviews going to be scheduled?
We've not heard much from them yet, but I will tell you that these interviews are going to be scheduled. They can come in voluntarily and sit with the committee and answer key questions, or they could be subpoenaed. That's where this thing needs to go. You cannot have occur in our country what the Democrats let happen, and not just the Democrats, operatives, media personalities, all working together to cover up the fact that Joe Biden was not mentally capable, not mentally fit to run the country. And so they are going to come in and they're going to have to provide testimony to the Oversight Committee.
There's a deadline, though, Congressman.
Right,
the deadline. Right, I understand all that and agree with you 100%. But the deadline's a deadline. So are they going to get a subpoena?
As far as I'm concerned, that's what needs to happen. The subpoenas need to go out. Speaker Johnson, my chairman, Chairman Comer, if they don't respond, those subpoenas need to go out immediately.
Now, we all remember Biden's campaign in 2020, Congressman, the basement campaign. But if this is a cover-up, how far will the committee go? Will they go back that far before he was even elected, or is only relevant the exercise of presidential power?
I think what we would end up doing is going over the breadth of his presidency, because so many things are now being called into question. Did he even know about these pardons that they did on their way out the door, these preemptive pardons? Did he know? What did he know around what was happening on October 7th to our ally Israel? What did he actually know? What was he comprehending when it was the withdrawal of Afghanistan? What about the start of the Ukraine war where Russia invaded Ukraine? What was his mental fitness and capability? You got to understand, even during those times a couple of years ago, Joe Biden was not having a lot of meetings with people outside of the small bubble in the White House. So as far as I'm concerned, our investigation needs to cover every year of that presidency, because we have to get to the bottom of, was the president actually capable of doing his job? If it becomes clear that he was not mentally fit, then the secondary question is, does it invalidate a lot of the orders that were issued under this administration and potentially some legislation that was signed as well?
All right, Congressman, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.